listeners. Welcome to the Traditional Folklore Podcast. I'm your host, Andy.
And I'm Rena. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story from East Java, the legend of Ande Lumut. Who hasn't heard of this tale, Andy?
Absolutely, Rena. This story is very popular and full of moral lessons. So, Rena, can you start by telling us how the story begins?
Sure, Andy. The story begins with two twin kingdoms, Jengala and Kadiri, which were originally one kingdom called Kahuripan. They were split after King Erlanga passed away. To reunite the kingdoms, Panji Asmarabangun, the prince of Jengala, married Dewi Sekartaji, the princess of Kadiri. But then, the kingdom of Jengala was attacked by enemies.
What happened to Dewi Sekartaji after the attack, Rena?
Dewi Sekartaji had to flee and hide in a village. She disguised herself as a village girl and worked for a wealthy widow named Nyai Intan, who gave her a new name, Klenting Kuning. Her life in the village was tough, as she was always treated harshly by Nyai Intan and her 3 daughters. Despite this, she remained patient and never complained.
That sounds really challenging for her. Meanwhile, what was Panji Asmarabangun doing after the attack?
Panji Asmarabangun managed to defeat the enemies and started searching for his wife. During his search, he disguised himself as Ande Lumut and stayed at the house of an old widow named Mbok Randa. He organized a contest to find a bride, hoping to find his wife again.
Interesting strategy. So, how did Klenting Kuning and her stepsisters react to this contest?
They were all excited to join the contest. However, when they needed to cross the Bengawan Solo River, they encountered Yuyu Kang Kang, a giant crab that tested them. The 3 stepsisters agreed to kiss Yuyu Kang Kang in order to cross, but Klenting Kuning refused because she was loyal to her husband.
That's a tough decision. How did she manage to cross the river then?
With the help of a magical whip given by a crane, she managed to cross without kissing Yuyu Kang Kang. Finally, during the contest, Ande Lumut was not interested in the women who had kissed Yuyu Kang Kang. He chose Klenting Kuning, who turned out to be his wife, Dewi Sekartaji. They reunited and lived happily ever after.
What a wonderful and inspiring story. Rena, what do you think is the most important moral lesson from this story?
Great question, Andy. For me, the most important lesson is about the power of integrity and loyalty. Despite facing harsh treatment and difficulties, Klenting Kuning never lost her faith and loyalty to her husband.
I completely agree. Another lesson that stands out to me is the idea that true love and genuine character always reveal themselves in the end. Panji Asmarabangun's clever test ensured that he found the one woman who remained true and untainted by temptation. Do you think this story is still relevant today?
Absolutely, Andy. The themes of loyalty, integrity, and true love are timeless. Even in today's world, these values are essential in our personal relationships and society. What about you, Andy? Which part of the story resonates with you the most?
I think the part where Klenting Kuning remains steadfast and refuses to compromise her values, even when faced with difficult circumstances, really resonates with me. It's a powerful reminder to stay true to oneself. How about you, Rena? What part of the story do you find most impactful?
For me, it's the reunion of Panji Asmarabangun and Dewi Sekartaji. It shows that true love and commitment can overcome any obstacle. It's heartwarming to see their loyalty and love rewarded in the end.
Well said, Rena. That's our story and discussion for today. We hope our listeners enjoyed it and can take away some valuable lessons.
Thank you for listening to the Nusantara Folktales podcast. See you in the next episode.
See you next time.